to the home of the Ohio State Buckeyes, Columbus, Ohio, and the old horseshoe on the banks of the Olentangy. The Buckeyes will kick it away to start us off. On the move from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So the Oklahoma Sooners offense comes onto the field first today. And, David, their quarterback hasn't always blown you away statistically, but he is a guy that the coaches trust.
Yeah, and he'll show you some flashes of why you should trust him, Reese. But here's the thing. This is not a guy that we're saying, go win me the football game. That's not where he's at right now in his career. Jesse, he's a guy that needs the others. That they got to help him out. They got to play on schedule, not make those mistakes, and guys really play well around him.
Yeah, I did.
And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
That's a great individual effort by him right there. When I think about Ohio State football, too, especially on defense, right, it's the legacy of the Silver Bowl. It's guys flying around, giving great effort, and getting to the football. But it all has to start up front on the D-line. You've got to be dominant at that position. And right there, you just saw that, the ability to win one-on-one and make a play.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Out of the gun, the inside give. Finds a little bit of space. He'll get 3 out to the 15.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
On third down, going up top. Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception.
Well, statistically, this defense is not one of the better units against the pass. They're trying to change that here today. What a great job tracking the ball down, making a play on it, stabbing it out of the air for a big interception early. That should be massive for their confidence.
Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Looking to throw, it's St. Clair. Fires to the wideout. A beautifully placed ball to the outside and the toe drag for the big pickup. This is one of the great atmospheres in the sport, but this crowd demands to be entertained, and they are entertained right now.
Yeah, and when you've got playmakers that you can throw the ball to down the field like Ohio State does consistently every year, you always expect this. This fan base goes nuts because
they can't corral the pitch. The ball's on the ground. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover. From the gun, the ground game. He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage.
And, man, you've got to like the swarm of this defense. You've got to get in the backfield, make some penetration, and realize the first guy's not going to always get that big sucker on the ground. Like, he's a big...
Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24.
When it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Trying to set up the screen. At the 35, he's open. And a pickup of better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down. The Sooners will line it up on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Catch in the middle, it's Wheeler. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Nice catch by the big target. Those big tight ends, you can tell in football, are just becoming more and more of a weapon on every single team.
Off play action. A shot toward the end zone. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a 3rd down. Now this offense tries to figure out a way to move the chains after the second down misfire. On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47. The Sooners send out the punt unit. He ought to be able to use his first punt to pin him deep. And the return man couldn't get to it to make the catch, and the ball will bounce out of bounds. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. That fumble in plus territory just ruined that last drive, David.
Yeah, and those are frustrating when you got the offense moving a little bit and you put that thing on the deck, Jesse. But move on, reload, forget about it.
At the end of the day, it's just fundamental football, right? They practice it all week. 5 points of pressure. Every ball carrier has to have it. They just got to do a better job moving forward.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
Caught in the backfield, it's Peoples. And he'll have enough for the first down at the 42.
I just love quarterbacks that aren't greedy and that aren't always trying to throw the home run ball, right? Second down, you're in your own end of the field. The guy you want to throw to is not open. Just find the back. He'll go do something positive with it. This guy is a weapon, and you got to find him in the passing.
They'll snap this one from the 42. It's 1st and 10. They send the tight end in motion. From the gun, running back on the move. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones. D linemen staying in their gaps. Linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
They'll run the option. Quick toss. Can't get him to the ground. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one.
Really good job by this defense, understanding responsibility football, playing the first option, playing the second option. There was absolutely nowhere to go. Nice job being dialed in exactly where the ball was going and how to get him to the ground.
Dropping back, it's St. Clair. He fires to the left side. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Not much on that return, but I think they'll let him slide after making that pick, and they'll have it at the 20. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Going right to work up top. Caught over the middle. It's Wheeler. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35. So much for the tough field position. One play and you're already to the 35. Now on the counter. Oh, he was in the backfield immediately. A 3-yard loss.
That's such a great physical play by the defense because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction, not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for that.
Man, it's nice when you can depend on your big boys up front to make a lane, and you get 5 or 6 yards. You get 5 or 6 yards a pop. You move the ball down the field easily, and more importantly, can get this defense to be more aggressive, to bring DBs closer to the line of scrimmage, and then that might open up some big plays down the field.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Oh, they're after him. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32. And the Sooners will line up to punt it away. This will be a second time they've had to kick it away. He'll field the punt and see what he can get. And he'll work his way on the return out to the 35-yard line before he stopped. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. He threw a pick the last time they had it. Now they have to take care of the football. They'll start this drive from their own 35-yard line. Quarterback running on the draw. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, the offense was trying to go draw, make it look like pass, but I'll tell you, the linebackers weren't fooled. They came down hard quickly, got into the backfield, and got the tackle for loss.
Might be changing the route. We've reached the end of the first quarter, and it has been a defensive battle, and the stats tell the tale so far. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. On the run, it's Price. Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at the 40.
Love the push by the offensive line on that RPO play. Look how they just work the single teams and the double teams. You see linemen chipping off of their guys and climbing into the second level and getting a hat on the linebacker. That's why those types of plays are successful.
The Buckeyes come to the ball trying to pick up this third and short. Give to the running back. Good pick up there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48.
Man, that was a good run, but it was almost even better. Great job by the offense. Keep the running game going. You get big chunks like this. Not only was that a big chunk, it also looked like it could have gone for more.
Pressure coming. Just can't pull the trigger, and the quarterback is sacked at the 41.
This was one of the keys to the game. Could this quarterback, could he extend plays and then make throws in scramble situations? That time, the defense was able to get to him and bring him down for a huge loss.
And the Buckeyes with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Motion from the wide receiver. Looking for a man. It's St. Clair. Unloads to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Play for this offense as they get it to the 32. One of the great programs in the history of the sport, sort of built on the running game, but these days, Ohio State defined by explosive pass plays.
Yeah, and you can call yourself whatever you want. A lot of people claim different things like wide receiver U, but when you look at Ohio State in the past several years, going back 10 years probably, you could pick...
Turning it on! They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
Well, it wasn't a great start for this quarterback, but on this drive, he seems to be turning the corner. He just looks like he's playing in a different rhythm. He's seeing the field better. It's almost as if the game is starting to slow down for him. And I think on that last completion, it was a good example of it.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. They'll go back to the air on second down. Tight end finds a soft spot. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it first and goal.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
He fought him off for a while, but that's what they mean by gang tackling.
And I got to find ways to manufacture some offense down here in this area. The field shrinks. It gets a little bit more difficult. So I got to take a few more chances, get the ball to some speed on the perimeter, try to make some big plays.
Grab behind the line. It's Thurman. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in.
A short completion setting up third down now. Who is your best playmaker that you can target in this area of the field?
Trying to get it done with the run here on third and goal. He's a tough, crafty back, but he couldn't find his way to the marker, and it'll be fourth down.
Man, it has been a long drive offensively. I just feel like you got to pay this off and be aggressive. You're down close. Punch it in for a touchdown here, Pollock.
Yeah, and inside the 3-yard line, I think I might try to finish this off with a touchdown. I ate up a ton of clock, wore these guys out. Now they'd have to go the length of the field if I missed.
He's only able to get it down to the 3-yard line, and the 4th and goal attempt goes awry. Here comes the Oklahoma offense. They are stuck deep in their own territory and trying to get out, opening the drive from their own 3. Right down the middle. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense, because it messes with the snap count, it messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense. And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. And he goes down back at the 1-yard line. The clock winds down for 2 minutes, and we will take a pause for the 2-minute timeout. The Sooners will call on their punt team. So from the shadow of his goalpost, he gets the punt away. Very little will make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on 4th down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but, Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up and pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front 7 on defense, it's going to be tough.
They'll move the tight end. Looking to throw at St. Clair. Punts it out of the air. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
Great recognition by the defense on that pass play. They knew exactly who the quarterback was going to, and they got there quick.
And, guys, they really need to take advantage of this field position on 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Going for the big play. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. It's wise not to be too greedy, and they'll go ahead and send out the field goal unit. Nestled just inside that right upright. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
And the returner will be knocked down. Now the Oklahoma offense will go back to work. And this sophomore signal caller really seems to be out of sorts, not exactly sure what he's seeing. They came into this one believing that they could make explosive plays in the passing game, but they haven't taken care of the football, and they haven't done much up top. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Looking downfield on 1st down. Snagged in the middle. It's Robinson. And he broke 1 tackle on the way to a solid pickup there. The offense calls timeout. It's the 2nd one they've used this half. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Catch in the middle. It's carry on. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
I like the slot receiver because he gives his quarterback a good option working the middle of the field. He's a nice weapon in this offense.
Wants to throw on 1st down. Makes the grab. It's Sategna. Taken out of bounds after a good pickup there. They're in striking distance at the 37.
And this guy's done a lot of good things early this year throwing the football. With that last completion, that now takes him over 1,000 yards passing for the year.
Wants to go up top on first down. A shot toward the end zone. Touchdown Sooners! They went for it all, and it paid off with the score.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They'll start this drive with a chance to regain the lead, down 7-3. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Makes the grab. It's ball.
Well, I love the body control there by the running back. He had to catch that right on the sideline, make sure he had his feet in bounds, try to pick up some positive yards.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. On the option, he'll toss it, finding open areas. They corral him out of bounds, mark it down at the 38, and this offense might have something going.
And this defense has to be so disciplined. Like, you just got to understand, I can't all go for the quarterback. And too much attention on the quarterback. We didn't play the pitch really well. That's why this offense is really hard to stop.
Into enemy territory and out of bounds at the 41 after the good game there.
Well, right away after picking up the first down, they go right back to their playmaker at running back. And I love the push they got up front, getting a hat on a hat, opening a huge hole for the back.
And you become so hard to defend when you can run the football successfully on first down. You're starting like that. Now what opens up? Play action. Now you're making me play pass and run. This offense, if they can create that run physicality, now it opens up everything else.
And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. The Sooners will kick it off to start the second half. He'll bring it out. It's Jones. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. A big reason they find themselves trailing to start the second half, those 2 turnovers in the first.
Yeah, and I think coaches will tell you the number one thing that you got to make sure you do is take care of the football. You want to create explosives, you want to put up a bunch of yards, but step one, Jesse, taking care of the football.
It just goes to show you how critical those mistakes are. Only 2 plays. That's really what separates this team from potentially having the lead. If they clean up the errors, they've got a chance to win this game.
Across the 40, out of bounds at the 41, and a big pickup has this offense on the move.
Guys out in the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on you.
Back to pass, it's St. Clair. Quickly out on the screen to the wide receiver. Oh, and the defense in chase mode, and they finally get him down at the 35.
Well, it looks to me like the offense made some adjustments at halftime. Only 3 points in the first half. But here we go in the first drive of this third quarter. This quarterback looks locked in. Really nice throw there to pick up the first down.
Wants to throw it. Right on the money. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down.
QBs, when you see zone coverage, man, can you manipulate defense when you have a good pocket and you've got time to throw. He had a little bit of time to throw. You can move guys with your eyes. That drag comes wide open. Good throw, good catch, first down.
Well, the quarterback knew he wanted to go to his tight end on that play. He's a big physical target, but it was the hit on the play that forced the incompletion.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. Makes the grab. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
And a nice job working the middle of the field. I think it's so important to keep defenses honest, and you can't just dink and dunk outside. You got to work the middle. Great job finding this wide receiver over the middle of the field.
Here's an opportunity for this offense in search of its first touchdown. It's 1st and 10. looking to throw on first down. The throw. Got his man on the right. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers. Going to work on second down, and the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. The option look. Touchdown, Ohio State! And that one will give them the lead.
How about it? They change up the option look, run the option, but the receiver is the pitch man. And when he gets it, he does what he does best. Turn the afterburners on and takes it to the house.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. South Carolina looks lost today, and boy, does it show right now on the scoreboard. Almost like the coaching staff spent the week in Hilton Head instead of the film room. They're trailing by 14 to Alabama. We will be multitasking today, boys. One eye on that game, one eye on your game. Really the only way to do it.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Fires to the right. Wide open downfield. Oh, and he not only gets the ball back, he's also got enough for the first down.
And what a great...
And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. So the officials take a closer look, and the replay booth will overturn the call. That's a way to give yourself some breathing room. Now the second play of the drive from the 36. On the run, it's Robinson. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down. And they got to keep that up here in the second half.
They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
And that's why they got to keep running the football, man, because play action is going to be a big part of this game plan. You've got to get this tight end over the middle of the field vertically and give him an opportunity because you just saw how dangerous he is after the catch.
Grab behind the line. It's Thomas. Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over him.
Well, give the defense credit on that one because they knew coming into this one that they were going to try to get this receiver the ball in a variety of ways. They were ready for the screen there, and they create a negative play.
Trying play action. Caught in the backfield. It's Robinson. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
You know, this linebacker is a special player because not only is he good making tackles in the open field, this guy can cover. And you saw a great example of it with that running back.
Hang on, Swoopy. The Buckeye crowd alive on 3rd down. He's looking downfield to throw. And with the completion out to the sideline, they'll pick up a couple. And the Sooners will punt this one away. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. They haven't really been able to light up this scoreboard, but putting points up would be huge here. This drive opens up at the 23-yard line. They'll run the option. To the ground with the back. A most efficient pickup of 6 on first down. It's 2nd and 4. Offense in a split backfield. To the air, it's St. Clair. Grab near the marker, it's Smith. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with the first down.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's 3rd best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncoverable.
Now they'll line it up from the 44 on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming. So now it's second and long. Might be calling a hot route. Misfired on first down, back to the air on second. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36.
And it's such an advantage for this defense to have an outside linebacker like that can rush the passer, because they can set the edge. They can get off the ball, and they're just way too fast for tight ends or for offensive tackles to get out and block them.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Oh, it's picked off, and boy, did this D need that. Didn't let him get loose on the return, but he'll take it as they have the ball at the 47. Here comes the Sooner offense back onto the field. And in a low-scoring game like this one, David, every possession is magnified. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And the DB making a huge play, knocking it away downfield.
Well, the offense taking a shot after getting the takeaway. They're in what's called the fringe area. It's not quite the red zone, but it's a good spot to throw posts, to throw goes, to throw deep corner routes, smash routes. That's
just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. It seems like on every snap, he is right in the quarterback's grill. Second sack of the day, and maybe Joey Bosa and Chase Young and Vernon Golston better watch out. There could be a new single-season sack record at some point.
And when you mention those guys, when you watch the game, they always had their imprint on the game. They always dominated football games, and this guy's dominating the football game, single-handedly making that quarterback have to think, where is that guy? We better block him because he keeps hitting.
He'll get away another punt. He's been really active today, and no doubt he's going to earn his varsity letter. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. And points have been hard to come by in this one. They'll try to put together a drive. On the run, it's Peoples. He kept those legs moving, got 3 out to the 19.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Looking downfield, it's St. Clair. Swings it out to the flat. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. They've done the work to build a nice cushion. Now to bring it home as we check out the stats after 3 quarters. Here comes the fourth. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. So we open the final period with a third down play. On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. It's complete. Really nice job to get it past the sticks, pick up the first down at the 30. With that last catch, he now breaks the 1,500-yard mark for his career.
And that's a pretty good accomplishment, man. Hitting 1,500 yards, that speaks to your consistency, your durability, and your playmaking ability, Palmer, to consistently make plays, because when you got those guys, as a quarterback, you find them.
It's pretty nice. 1,500 yards, obviously a great number. The cool thing about him, though, he doesn't care about the stats. This guy just wants to win week in, week out. He's hungry, and he's made plays throughout his career.
Tell you what, that was a lightning-fast decision. You could tell he knew what he wanted to do right away, makes the decision, but maybe his footwork wasn't a little bit good, and the pass wasn't where he wanted to put that thing. I know that.
Wants to fire on second down. Makes the grab. Really nice job creating his own space, running with attitude. He's up to the 37-yard line.
Yeah, and listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He's in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop. So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. Trying to get it to the marker. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the 1st down.
Well, this guy hasn't quite put up Heisman numbers in this game, but in a moment where they need him the most, in the 4th quarter, look how strong he is running. Breaking tackles, he's been smart, he still has the ability to cut. He looks like he could play another 4 quarters.
Wide receiver going in motion. To throw, it's St. Clair. Makes the catch. Still running up the 40. And this defense's head is spinning. He gets it down to the 27.
How about this offense, man? You got to love it. Late in the 4th quarter, you have the lead. They don't get conservative. Staying balanced. Run. Back it up with a pass. Getting the 1st down. A few more 1st downs, and you can walk out of here with a W.
The Buckeyes getting set on 1st and 10. To the air on 1st down. Got it behind the line. It's Price. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a 1st down.
You got to love how they just continue to do what they do. It's the 4th quarter. You got a lead. There's no reason to get conservative. We're a passing offense. Great job on 1st down. Better job on 2nd down. This offense continuing to stay in a rhythm.
He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here.
And this is a perfect situation. This is a situation, if you asked me to be in before the game, the coaches would have been in heaven. I got the football. I got the lead on their side of the field. Nice gain on 1st down. Same exact script. Do it again. Run the football. Run the clock. Let that thing tick down. And if we add points, we add points.
They keep pushing forward. Now back to work on 2nd and goal from the 6. He'll run it up the middle, trying to pick his way to the end zone. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Buckeyes!
And man, a lot of times late in games, you see offenses, they get very conservative, very predictable, and then they leave it in the hands of their defense. I like this execution, man. The offense continues to do what they do, and they take the 2-score lead in the 4th quarter, everything going in their direction.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the returner is stopped. Guys, we'll get another look at this Oklahoma offense. Last time they had it, didn't pick up a 1st down. Let's see if they can put something together here. He wastes no time and comes out throwing quickly to the tight end. Good start to this drive, and they'll need much, much more if they're going to give them a finish.
They need a ton more of this, but you got to start the drives great. The first play needs to be really good. That was a good start. Now we got to keep building on it, and we got to do it in a hurry.
They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. The Sooners want to crank the tempo. From the gun on 3rd down. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
And this is why coaches get paid the big bucks. Tough decision on your own side of the field. 4th quarter, I'm trailing. Is it go time now, or do I trust my defense?
Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field. Down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. Converts on 4th down, and he's still going. He gets it past the 25-yard line and finally knocked out of bounds at the 27. Now on 1st and 10 from the 27. Looking downfield on first down. Complete downfield. Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a first down. The 2-minute timeout arrives, and we have certainly seen miracles in college football, and they will certainly need one here. They've already converted a couple of times on this drive. Now 1st and 10 from their own 39. Just keep slinging it. Good quickness to grab it off the bounce. He's pushed out of bounds inside the 40 at the 38, and these guys are on the move. This upset bid has been brewing since the start of the game, seemingly, and they are in a world of hurt at this moment, guys.
Yeah, keep the pedal to the floor, right? Don't let up. You've done a great job. You're the perceived underdog. You've taken control of this football game. Jesse, you got the formula right now. You got them right where you want them.
Yeah, they've thrown caution to the wind in this game, right, David? I mean, they came in knowing they'd have to take some chances and they'd have to be open and free, and it's worked to their advantage. Now's not the time to get tight if you're the underdog winning this game late.
Ball spotted at the 27. It's 1st and 10. Wants to throw on first down. And he drops it. Just took his eye off of it at the last minute.
Well, they're not able to hook up on that throw, but they need to score now. At this juncture of the game, this late in the game, they need a touchdown, they need an onside kick recovered, and they need to score again if they're going to win. The sense of urgency is just off the charts.
Well, will they dial up on second and a long way to go? They'll send the back in motion. Second down, they'll go to the air. Throws toward the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Going for broke on second down. The third down's coming up.
I understand the sense of urgency for the offense now because you're trailing here by a lot in the fourth quarter. And you're just trying to take a shot to see if you can get on the board and get some of this momentum back. But the problem is the defense understands that, so they're playing coverage, and they're doing a good job on the back end. Nice job forcing the incompletion.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. 3rd and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. And that one took everything he had to sneak it over the crossbar inside the left upright. They're back to within a touchdown. 17-10 is the score. They're within striking distance, but they need the ball back. They'll line up for the onside kick. That's why they call them the hands team. They're able to secure the onside kick.
Well, great job by the hands team receiving there. They're able to spot the kick, fall on it, make sure they keep possession, secure it. Nice job.
Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. One possession game, getting late, first order of business, just take care of the football.
So they call this situation 4-minute offense, where you're trying to run the football and throw high percentage passes to maintain possession and bleed the clock. This is a very difficult point of the game to execute at a high level, Dave.
Yeah, and listen, what you understand as an offense is if I get 1 or 2 first downs, this ball game's over. And that's your sole objective. Not scoring, take care of the football, get a few first downs, walk out with the W.
They'll be perfectly content to go right back to the ground here on 2nd and 8. Making side adjustments here. They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. Quick timeout call by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense.
Yeah, and not a surprise by this offense, right? This is a game management type situation. I want to run the football. I want to run the clock. The clock is my friend with the lead late in the fourth quarter, inside of a minute. I'm going to keep this ground game going and make you have to look at that clock continue to tick.
Got him downfield. And he'll be run out of bounds, and these guys are piling up some serious yardage totals.
That's how you end a football game. Nice job. You put the ball in your best player's hand. Let him go make a play. I know he runs out of bounds, but it doesn't matter. This ball game is over.
He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Handoff from the gun. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And that's exactly what you would expect from this offense. Listen, when you're in that 1 to 2 minute range and you got the football and you got a lead, it's smash mouth, it's keep that clock running, it's ground game. So interesting now on this third down what they do next, but we got to keep that clock moving.
From here, it would just be a 30-yard field goal try. Let's see how aggressive they're going to be to try to pick up that first down. From the shotgun, they'll run it. He breaks a tackle. That will be enough to move the chains and give them a first down in the red zone at the 14.
And they're getting close to the point now in offense where it's full milk the clock mode, right? Run the football. Don't worry about throwing it right down the middle of the field. Keep giving it to your back who can fall forward. If he can keep doing stuff like this, get a few first downs, preserve the victory, and get out of here.
He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And just nowhere to go for that runner. He had no choice. That defense, they were bringing it up front. Everybody winning their one-on-ones, and they completely had him surrounded.
They've got a solid drive working, but now looking at 2nd and 11. The sweet feet buy a little time. And it'll be a short game, and no need to take a big hit there on the scramble.